Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? So I hope and pray that everybody is doing good. Though the weather is not good, no? So we need to continue our learning, okay, for this afternoon. So for today, we will be discussing the first topic for this term, which is the meaning and importance of mice. Okay? So before I'll proceed with our learning objectives, I want you to listen when it comes to the history of the events management. Okay? So the history of event management dates back to ancient times when human societies began organizing gatherings, festivals, and ceremonies. Okay? So with that, it is divided into four stages or period. So nag-start from ancient times. So when we say ancient times, this is the prehistoric to classical era. So the event management was centered around celebrating more of religious festivals, political gatherings, and community celebrations. Then pagpasok ng medieval period, 5th to 15th century, event management centered around ano naman. Dito nag-start i-celebrate na yung royal weddings, coronations, and other events from meticulous organizations like churches and other authorities. Okay? And pagpasok ng 15th to 19th century, so this is the period of Renaissance to Industrial Revolution. So events management centered around ano naman, okay? Gala or ball, okay? Balls, okay? Yung mga acquaintance party, so mas familiar kayo dyan. Or what we call yung mga banquets or catering. So this is planned with the precision to reflect political and social power. So that's why sineselebrate ito during that period of Renaissance. And then, after that period, so next natin is yung early 20th century. So this is the rise, okay? Ito na yung year na to, the rise na sinasabi, rise of corporate events, which is the events management set around the world, okay, is celebrating on the development of corporate meetings, conferences, and trade shows. Okay? So from that 20th century, so what's next? Late 20th century up to present, event management needs or required to be a profession na. So by the 1970s and 1980s, event management emerged as a distinct profession. So that's why we need to study this one as part of your program because sooner or later, may mga companies and organizations that will hire event managers, okay, event organizers to what? To plan different kinds of events like conferences, concerts, trade shows, and other large scale of events. So nakita ninyo yung ano niya, yung sequel niya from prehistoric to medieval to Renaissance stage to early 20th century up to the present, no? Parang makikita nyo kung isa-summary natin to, patagal ng patagal, mas lumalaki yung scale ng klase, iba't ibang klase ng event na dapat planuhin or dapat hawakan ng isang event planner. Okay? Or organizer. So now, let's have the overview. So learning objectives, at the end of the session, the students must be able to explain the meaning of MICE and the work of an event planner. Number two, define meeting, incentive, conference, convention, exhibition, exposition, and event. And lastly, let's describe the role of MICE industry in the tourism and hospitality industry. So as you notice, we have two different photos here. So anong napapansin nyo class sa dalawang picture dito sa ating screen? Okay, I will give you 60 seconds to think. We have two photos here. So anong nakikita nyo dyan? Yes, tao sila. 'Di ba? Pero ano yung common sa kanila? Ayan. So, I hope lang naririnig ko yung mga nasa isip at mga binubulong nyo ngayon. Ayan. So, the answer is, ayan, they are called as the event planner or they can called as event organizer or event coordinator. So, the question is that what is their task or responsibilities or sabihin na natin what is the specific job description ng isang event planner or ng isang organizer or ng isang coordinator. Okay? So number one that we need to know is identifying clients' requirements and explain expectations for each event. Okay. So when we say identifying client's requirement, we are referring to the need of our customers. I will give you an example. Say, may magpapa-arrange sa atin ng wedding. Wedding is a type of event. Ngayon, you will ask your client, of course, the couple, no? Ano yung need nila sa kanilang wedding day? So, that is the number one requirements, okay, na kailangan nating makita or malaman sa ating client. So the first requirement, of course, how many packs, what type of wedding yung gusto nila. Okay? Ano ba yung mga sample natin na requirement? Okay? Syempre, the budget. Ayan. So, ano pa yung pwede nilang i-expect coming from you? As you, as the organizer or yung planner, or pwedeng kayo. Pag sinabing you, mag-isa ka lang na magpaplano ng ng event or pwedeng grupo kayo. Okay? So ano yung ine-expect nila, no, sa event nila. So you need to know that. So magiging specific ka diyan. Kung kakayanin mong tanungin isa-isa. Depende sa klase ng event. Hindi lang wedding ha, marami tayong types of event. Okay? So what else? We have another job is to brainstorming and implementing event concepts and themes. Balikan natin yung wedding kanina as our example. So, yung brainstorming dito, let's say for example, ang couple is want nila ng concept and theme which is garden wedding. Okay? Pero, yung garden wedding na gusto nila, hindi kakayanin ng kanilang budget. Okay, yung package nyo halimbawa, kayo as organizer, you're presenting different packages halimbawa for the garden wedding which cost 100,000. But the budget of the couple is 85,000 lang. So kulang ng 15,000, tama? So ngayon, hindi ba natin pwedeng ibigay sa client or sa couple natin na once in a lifetime lang ikakasal yung budget na 85K? Siyempre, most of the time, sasabihin, hindi kakayanin, ma'am. Kasi 100K nga yung package. Pero kaya tayo merong brainstorming as part of your job as the organizer or the planner, ima-maximize mo yung budget na mamimit mo pa rin yung concept and theme na gusto ng couple. Okay? Nakukuha natin. Let's say, for example, for 85,000 budget, ma'am, pwede po tayong gumamit no, ng ibang design pero mako-conceptualize pa din natin yung garden, nga lang more of artificial flowers na po yung gagamitin natin instead of fresh flowers. So mas mura, 'di ba? Artificial yung gagamitin natin. So na-maximize natin. But at the end of the day, makukuha pa din nila yung expectation nila sa kanilang wedding day. So that's brainstorming. So dapat creative ka din. At ikaw yung tipo ng taong masuggest at hindi ka nawawalan ng alternative. Okay, para sa side ng ating client, mafe-feel nila na hindi sila hopeless. Kasi nakikita yung sigasig sa inyo that you can do everything para ma-push through yung kanilang ine-expect sa kanilang wedding day. Again, class, I am just having an example like wedding. Marami pa tayong types of event, pero ito yung ginagamit ko para mas maunawaan nyo the job of the event planner. What else? Preparing event budgets and processing invoices. So, of course, as event planner, as you communicate to your client, of course, you know already, knowledgeable ka na kung ano yung na-expect, dapat i-expect ng client mo pagdating sa expenses. Okay? So, maging ano tayo, transparent tayo. Baka kasi, di ba, in reality, we need to advertise yung mga packages we offer, no, sa kanila. And then, oo lang sila ng oo sometimes yung client. Pero pagdating pala ng pagbayaran na, hindi nila alam na nag-cost na pala ng too much, no? Yung kanilang bill na hindi pasok sa budget nila. So, you need to prepare budgets for every request. Saka kayo mag-uusap, client versus planner, kung magtatagpo kayo sa budget nila. At syempre, kayo din, as the organizer, kung may kikitain din kayo at kung meron pa ring mapupunta sa inyo. So, hindi naman pwedeng kahit naiintindihan natin yung client is ibibigay na lang din natin lahat sa kanila na wala kayong magiging tubo. So, kailangan meron pa rin tubo. May profit pa rin napapasok. And then you need to process invoice, no? And researching and booking venues. So, say for example, balik ulit tayo sa wedding as event sample natin. Pwede tayong mag-suggest sa ating clients. Say for example, balik tayo sa budget na 85,000 and then yung venue or location ng kanilang wedding is worth 20,000 dun sa package na in-offer mo. So ngayon, kung sa tingin mo yung 20,000 masyadong mahal for them para ma-accumulate mo lahat ng pwede nila mga expenses, you need to look for another venue to suggest to your client. So for example, may makita kang ibang venue, no, ng kanilang reception na nagko-cost lang ng 12,000. Baka pwede yun ang isuggest mo. So you need to research. Parang you need to have the ocular inspection kung ito bang venue na to is tama sa number of packs, magiging comfortable ba lahat, guests and even the couple, at magiging worth it ba yung bayad nila. Organizing suppliers, caterers, staff, and entertainment. Ayan, one of the plan, okay, of the organizer, of course, is to check those reputable suppliers natin. Sino ba yung pwedeng maging partners natin during the event? Okay? Ano ba yung, halimbawa sa wedding ulit tayo, as our example. Sino yung possible suppliers natin dyan? You as a planner, not necessary, ikaw naman lahat ang kikilos. Even food prep, no. Magpa-plot ka lang lahat ng expectation ng ating client and then you will look forward for different suppliers or partners ninyo. Say for example, sa catering, 'di ba? Meron tayong kakilalang mga catering services. So, pwede mo siyang maging partner during that event. So, makokontak mo na siya ahead of time na kayo ang kukunin namin catering sa wedding date na to ng aming client, ng couple na to. Okay? So, ano pa? Sino pa yung possible suppliers aside from food? Baka meron tayong suppliers from the souvenirs. Okay, may contact tayo na for 150 pack souvenir para sa guest sa wedding. Not necessary ikaw yung gagawa lahat ng souvenirs. No? As event planner, you just need to plot everything. Pero not necessary ikaw mag-hands-on. Hindi mo kakayanin yan kahit grupo kayo. Kahit 5 hanggang 10 kayo. E paano kung may sunod-sunod kayong ikikater na event? 'Di ba? So you need partners. Okay? So what else? Entertainment. So for example, yung wedding or yung couple, magkatapos or kalagitnaan ng kanilang ceremony, no, or sa reception, they want a band. So meron ba tayong connection sa iba't ibang banda na pwede nating ma-invite or maging partner for every wedding na makakatagpo tayo ng client na magpapa-arrange ng wedding. Okay? So, dapat yung mga rates nila, familiar ka din. Kasi, kung kukuha ka lang ng kukuha from time to time ng mga magiging partners mo at paiba-iba, hindi mo makikita yung flow ng profit mo. Kasi iba-iba yung pwede nila maging rate. Halimbawa sa banda, makakapag-rent kayo ng 20 to 30K yan. Depende. Depende pa yan sa dami nila. Depende rin sa ilang set ang tutugtugin nila. Okay? So, or ipe-perform nila. So, magkakaiba. So, parang gusto ko establish sa inyo dito, kung meron tayong partners and suppliers from the first time, okay, maging partners na natin sila all throughout. So, para na monitor natin yung budgeting natin. At hindi na mahirap mag-propose sa client natin kasi kaya mo nang laruin yung budget. Okay? Nangyayari lang naman yung nag-change tayo ng mga suppliers, nag-change tayo ng partners natin once, sometimes hindi na nagiging available on that date, or there are times na baka tumataas na rin yung rate nila, hindi na kinakaya ng package na ino-offer mo sa client, doon lang. Okay, pero kung okay naman, wala ang dapat pag-usapan, pwedeng magstay sila as your partner. Again, events is also considered as business Business yan. So, kailangan natin ng profit. So, or coordinating all logistical elements of the event. So, what are the example of logistics? Like, creating of invitations, ano pa ba? Program flow, part ng logistics yan. Ano pa? Kung halimbawang hindi naman wedding, may mga i-handle kayong seminar, okay? Sa Diamond Hotel. So, in charge na rin kayo for printing out all the certificates, yung certificate ng guest speaker, kayo magpre-prepare niyan. Or kung may meetings naman kayong i-handle, aside from seminar, you need to prepare what? Naalala nyo ba yung sa professional development and applied ethics natin? Nagpa-set up ako sa inyo ng pen and a piece of paper with the logo pa. Kasi seminar type. So yun, isa to sa tinatrabaho ng event planner or organizer natin. If that the type of event is meeting, seminars, and whatsoever, you need to prepare that as part of the logistics. Okay? So, attendance sheet. Kailangan din yan as part ng ano natin. Yung draft ng ating floor plan, anong arrangement ang mangyayari or anong arrangement yung nakikita natin during the event. Paano arrangement, ma'am? Yung seating capacity, ilang packs per table, saan nakalagay yung table for the couple or for the speakers, saan nakalagay yung band or yung banda, saan ang table for souvenirs, table for gifts, and so on and so forth. Saan nakapwesto ang catering, saan maglalakad ang couple, saan nakapwesto ang entourage, saan nakapwesto ang technical, and that is part of the floor plan. So, kailangan nakaset na siya bago pa yung actual na monitor na natin so that if there's a risk, no, dahil sa formations or arrangement natin, from that drop pa lang makikita natin agad na kailangan may nakahandang solution from that problem. Okay, ano ba yung mga possible problem, ma'am? Minsan dahil sa scale or sa liit ng size ng venue, hindi natin mailagay kung saan ba ipopwesto the technical, at the same time ilan yung capacity, baka mukhang magsiksikan dito sa bandang kaliwang side dahil lahat ng participants nasa left side na, and then yung right side hindi balanse dahil andun yung catering table. So I hope and pray, no, mabilis yung cope up natin ngayon sa sinasabi kong example natin. So kailangan natin siya makita sa draft. Managing setup, tear down, and clean up operations. Okay? So from the draft is you need to double check again, no, for final polishing or checking ang ating uh, setup, no, ng kabuang plan. So yung mga backdrops, okay, yung tables and chairs natin, okay, mukha rin ba siyang ano, I mean, baka hindi appealing sa mga mata the way i-arrange lahat ng dapat i-arrange doon sa ating event. So you need to check all those, okay? And anticipating attendee needs and making preparations against potential risk. So may mga attendees tayo or guests na may mga special request sila most of the time. So for example, we need to anticipate may accidentally uh, nasugatan dahil nalaglagan ng plato or ng baso. Di natin alam kung anong possible risk. So ano yung kailangan nating gawin with that to anticipate na pwedeng mangyari anytime sa event natin, yung ganun. Okay? So, ano pa yung mga potential risk natin na pwedeng maapektuhan ng ating attendees? Weather. Okay, sample natin, nasa open field ang venue. Biglang bumagyo, andyan si Bagyong Enteng. So ngayon, paano yun? Pauuwi na lang ba natin yung attendees? That is a potential risk. Anong gagawin natin sa kanila? Okay? So we need a backup plan for that. Developing post-event reports on the effectiveness of each event. So for every event, no, na maa-accomplish, so all of the organizers must have the meeting right after agad yon kung kinakailangan. Para saan po yun, ma'am? Para makita natin, it's not just the success. Paano i-improve yung risk? Okay? If ever merong risk na nangyari during that time, or paano pa natin mas may improve yung pagpo-provide natin ng service sa client natin. Okay? Ano pa? Ano pa yung kailangan mo ding i-improve as organizer na sa tingin mo hindi ka naging um, sabihin na natin masipag during the time. Okay? Paano ko ba sinabing masipag? Kasi kapag sunod-sunod minsan ng bookings ng event, no? Ikaw as a planner minsan darating ka sa point na pwede kang tamarin, pwede kang mauubusan din ng energy. So ngayon, ano ngayon yung kailangan mong i-develop para ma-maintain mo yung natin, yung energetic ka in front of your client. So, pwede ka mag-divide ng workloads sa mga tao mo. Baka sumobra ka na sa trabaho, ikaw na umako ng lahat. Then, pagdating ng actual event, kung saan ka mas kinakailangan ng client mo, is doon ka pa hindi mahagilap because you're not feeling well na. So, i-delegate ang task. Okay? So, what else? So, meaning of MICE. MICE is an acronym for Meetings, Incentives, Conferences, Conventions, and Exhibitions Industry. So, meron tayong um, first event, which is what we call the type of event, is meeting. So, when we say meeting, according to the definition, this is gathering of people for a common purpose such as business, social, or religious purpose. Okay. So, itong meeting, ano ba yung nagiging role ng event planner natin dito? Once ito yung i-arrange nating kind of event. Again, in the context of event management, meeting is planned gathering of individuals with a specific agenda or purpose. So it can be vary widely in terms of size, pwede din sa scope, and pwede din siya sa objectives. Okay? So may iba't iba tayong types ng meeting. So pwedeng business meeting, pwedeng staff meeting, pwedeng client meeting, pwede rin natin ilagay dito yung tinatawag na conferences, pwede rin siyang a term of workshops, pwede din siya sa seminars, like educational seminar, pwede din yung mga networking event, pwede rin yung mga team meetings, or yung mga brainstorming sessions na tinatawag. So, ano yung nagiging role ng event planner sa mga ganitong klase ng event? Do you have any idea? Siyempre, mag-arrange tayo ng meeting. Ano ngayon magiging role natin? So, kanina na-mention na natin yung mga responsibilities. So, maging specific tayo ngayon. Ano yung ihahanda natin to execute? Ayan, may mga bumubulong, nagsasalita na mag-isa. Okay. So, event planner plays a crucial role in organizing and managing a meeting. So, syempre, why we need to do this? To ensure, of course, di ba? Hindi naman mawawala yun that everything runs smoothly and meets the objectives of the gathering. So, number one that we need to set is, of course, the budget. Okay, as event planner, kailangan nating i-ask sa ating client. Number one, develop a budget. Okay? And then, magse-select kayo ng venue kung saan i-held ang meeting, sa hotel ba, um, sa isang private company ba, sa resort, or saan ba. So you need to do that. Again, budget, venue selection, and then you need to do the scheduling. Scheduling, ano yung date, kailan ba i-held itong meeting na to para mas alam ninyo kung kailan kayo dapat magplano ahead of time. So you don't need to plano or pinagbabawal talaga yung magplano na bukas na yung meeting, ngayon ka palang nagpa-plot ng plano mo. Paano kung may mga ma-encounter na problems? Paano mo pa siya susolusyonan kung ipit ka na sa oras? And logistic. Okay? So, apat lang ang ating, ay actually five, even the technology setup kasi meeting ito. So, ano yung five na yon? So, sana nagja-jot down din kayo kasi iba hindi ko talaga sinama na sa slides. No? Budgeting, venue selection, scheduling, logistic, and technology. Okay? So, that's the role of the event planner once he or she or they will organize a meeting. Ano pa? Incentive. So when we say incentive, this is a reward event intended to showcase persons who meet or exceed sales or production goals. It is also called incentive program. So as event planner, ano naman yung role natin to prepare? Okay, itong klase ng event na to, yung incentive program. Do you have any idea? Naka-encounter na ba kayo ng ganitong klase ng event? Sino na dito sa inyo yung mga nakapagtrabaho na or ngayon working student and then meron silang mga appreciation or recognition sa loob ng kanilang companies or organization. Okay, yung reward dito, it can be through certificate or pwede din cash, pwedeng token, anything, no, na pwedeng um, ibigay sa inyo ng company. Okay? So ito, small scale lang siya ng klase ng event kasi normally the company lang or sometimes the department lang are celebrating this kind of event. Pero may mga pagkakataon pa din talaga na kailangan nila ng event planner, no, para i-organize yung simple event nila, which is the incentive program. Okay? Or sometimes, 'di ba, mas familiar kayo na sila-sila lang nagse-celebrate, no, sa office or sometimes after work, sila-sila lang talaga yung um, magbabanding. Pero may mga ibang ano din, chances na if may budget ang company, if generous din talaga, talagang pino-farm nila into ano talaga to, special event. Okay, naintindihan niyo po ba? Walang matutulog ha. Ayan. Kailangan ninyong matapos to kasi meron tayong quiz. Okay. So, number one, kanina, inisa-isa natin yung sa meeting. So, ang kailangan nyo lang ditong i-prepare is event design and conceptualization. Ayan. So, it can be in a form of ceremonies, yung ating event design. Or pwede rin natin siyang gawin as a form of team building activities. Hindi naman kasi agad kapag ito yung event na inorganize mo, nandun agad tayo sa highlight na may reward tayo or meron tayong i-appreciate. May mga iba't iba pang klase dyan ng activities na gagawin para mas mabigyan ng mas malawak pa na meaning ang ganitong klase ng event. So, ceremonies or building, team building, ayan, as part of event design and conceptualization. Then, prepare din natin yung mga logistics like, yan, certificates, no, and other tokens, and also arrangement of technology, yan, and the venue selection. Okay? So we have also conference, so participatory meeting designed for discussion, fact-finding, problem-solving, and consultation. So it is used by an organization. So merong conference para sa mga working, meron din mga conference para sa mga students. So ano naman yung nire-ready ng event planner natin once we held conferences? Do you have any idea? Ayan, as you can see from the photo, ang daming attendees niyan. Ang conference, hindi yan pwedeng mag 10 to 20 participants lang. So sometimes or most of the time sa conference, ang participants or attendees natin minimum na ang 100 participants. And then pwede pa yan mag 200 to 300 depende sa scale or sa venue. At depende din sa type ng topic ng conference. So the thing that you need to plan is of course yung tinatawag na target audience. Ayan, jot down nyo na lang target audience natin. Sabi ko nga kanina, pwedeng may conference sa mga young professionals, pwede din merong conference sa mga students, or pwede din yung iba, yung may mga business lang din. So you need to know the target and then setting the budget and selecting date and venue. And then last is yung logistic coordination. Okay? So, ayan yung ipe-prepare. And then convention, gathering of individuals in which the planning activity of the attendees is to attend educational sessions, participate in meetings, discussion, socialize, or attend other organized events. So, same thing naman ng preparation natin sa conference, no? Dito nga lang sa convention, kailangan lang natin mabigyan ng highlight yung um, communication natin for the speakers. So kanina sa conference hindi masyado siyang binigyan ng ng highlight yung pag look forward natin sa mga speakers, pero dito sa convention kailangan nating malaman kung ilan yung possible speakers na mag um, mag-share ng kanilang expertise, since ang usually nito highlight kasi is may mga participation and discussions after. So, if may mga discussions and participations ang ating attendees, so mas kinakailangan mapaghandaan din ng ating mga speakers yung possible questions ng ating mga participants and attendees. Unlike kasi sa conference, hindi masyadong ini-entertain, though may mga guest speaker tayo doon, yung question and answer. Meron man pero very limited kasi more of input lang sila ng input ng kanilang discussion or topic. Sa convention kasi, so talagang open to each and everyone yung um, kanilang mga concerns, specifically kung ano yung topic na i-discuss ng speaker. Exhibition, this is the display of products or promotional materials for purposes of public relations, sales, and marketing. So it is an activity designed for suppliers of products, goods, services to demonstrate and promote to a certain market. So same thing with exposition. This is a larger in scale than an exhibition, and it generally consists of a huge public display of the goods and services of particular industry. So nakafocus naman to in promoting products and services ng iba't ibang organizations. So familiar kayo sa WOFEX, or minsan ba nakabisita na kayo sa ganong klase ng event, no? 'Di ba mapapansin niyo sa WOFEX, iba't ibang businesses yung um, makikita natin doon. They are promoting individually kung ano yung products and services nila. And then, meron silang sales and marketing strategy para mas ma-reach nila yung kanilang target market. And as we can see, maraming tao, no, yung nag-visit doon, lalo na kung ikaw ay business-minded din talaga na tao, doon ka makakita ng mga possible suppliers mo eh. No? Kasi um, there are times that they're not posting their identity or yung kanilang site sa Facebook, no? So, ginagrab nila most of the time yung opportunity na mas ma-encounter nila yung possible clients din nila. Okay? So, mas maganda kasi most of the time yung nagmi-meet personally, no? Yung nagkakaroon kayo ng communication to each other kasi mas nagkakaintindihan kayo sa same service eh. Service and goods na pwede nyo i-offer sa market. So, ano yung pwedeng i-prepare dito ng ating mga planner and organizer since malaking ano to eh, malaking klase ng event at matrabaho. So, ano ngayon yung dapat i-prepare pag may ganitong i-held na klase ng, hindi naman pwedeng dala-dala lang ng mga participants natin or dala-dala lang ng mga magjo-join yung kanilang product and then kanya-kanyang tayo ng kiosk or ng booth, 'di ba? Dapat organize 'yun. So ano yung kailangan nilang i-ano planuhin ahead of time kung magkakaroon sa isang venue ng exposition or exhibition. May mga pagkakapares ba sa mga na-mention natin kanina? Sa tingin ninyo, i-review nyo yung from meetings natin. Ano, meron pang pagkakaparehas? Of course, the answer is yes, no? So, dito, check muna natin, no? Na hindi nyo makikita sa mga na-mention natin kanina is to understand the purpose. Okay? I'm not saying walang purpose yung ibang event. Pero since ito is malakihang event, so kailangan mo munang ma-eternalize anong purpose ng exhibition and exposition. Is it, for instance, to showcase new products, promote networking, or foster industry learning? So, kailangan alam mo kung ano yung purpose ng exhibition at exposition. And then, jump ka dun sa theme and concept. So, you need to develop a central theme or concept for the exposition that is what? Align with the goals and interests of exhibitors and attendees. Okay, so yung theme and concept natin is magbabari yan. Depende sa ating mga exhibitors kung pare-parehas halimbawa silang into business. Okay? So, kung into business sila lahat, um, magpo-form ka ng isang booth na kung saan meron silang pang demonstration area din. Kasi they need to showcase their product or service. It's not just a table lang na ilalagay mo sa venue na para lang silang magbebenta ng goods, no? So, they need an extra space at the same time para mas ma-promote or demo nila yung kanilang product. Halimbawa, yung mga baking goods and supplies, no? Kailangan nila ipakita yun sa mga client nila kung paano yon ginagamit at paano rin nila yon maibebenta sa mga possible client nila. Okay, isa rin sa tawag doon sa mga magjo-join sa ganitong klase ng event, exposition and exhibition is what we called exhibitors. Itong nakikita nyo sa picture, yan, ang tawag sa kanila ay mga exhibitors. Itong naka-long sleeve na blue. Okay? And you need to establish also the budget. Okay? And yung venue selection, hindi mawawala yan. At dito mas magiging tayo strict sa layout and floor plan kasi since malakihang space yung paggagamitan, so alam natin kung saan matatagpuan halimbawa ang Goldilocks, saan matatagpuan halimbawa yung more of naman products in making pastries. Ayan. Saan bang saan bang section siya matatagpuan or yung mga coffee lovers, saan natin makikita yon. So you need the layout and floor plan. So, yung floor plan natin to make the venue organized and ma-assure natin that there's enough space for the exhibitors and of course our target client. Kasi most of the time mga booths to, booths. And then yung meron ding mga registration areas pa, ganyan. Lalo na yung may mga bayad. May mga bayad din kasi na iba't ibang klase ng booth depende sa business na ino-offer or pinopromote. And then also, you need to prepare logistic. Okay? And yung sinasabing exhibitor and vendor coordination. So, ito yung mga i-prepare natin as planner. And then event. When we say event, this is an occurrence happening and activity design around various themes in order to create or enhance interest in destination. So, we have different types of events eh. Meron tayong special event na tinatawag, okay? And meron din tayong mga corporate events, okay? Mga corporate events natin, yung mga seminar, workshop, yung mga na-mention ko kanina, mga corporate events yung mga yan. And then yung wedding, we can consider that as social events. Yan, yung mga birthday, anniversary celebration, family reunion, graduation parties, yan yung tinatawag na social event. Okay? Corporate, social, ano pa yung type of event natin? Meron din tayo mga entertainment and cultural, which is yung mga theaters, film screening, art exhibition, ano pa ba? Um, Sports events, ayan, meron din. Meron din tayong tinatawag na virtual and hybrid events wherein pwede tayong mag-held ng seminar halimbawa or meeting through virtual conferences or mga webinars. Okay? And then isama ko na din sa anong tawag dito, entertainment and cultural, yung mga concerts, type of event din yan. So, under siya ng entertainment. Meron din tayong mga educational event, like what? Lecture, workshop, ayan, yung gagawin natin on September 27, if possible. Yung mga, yung workshop natin is under educational event. So, at least alam nyo, no, kung ano, paano i-categorize for every event. Hindi yung gagamitin lang natin yung pinaka-generic name, this is an event, no, na gather natin, i-arrange, pero what particularly, so dapat aware kayo. And then, meron din tayong charity and non-profit events. Meron tayong, under nun, yung fundraisers, gala dinners, charity auctions. Ito, gagawin natin by October, no, yung charity. So, under siya ng charity and non-profit events. So, meron mga awareness campaigns and so on. Okay? So, if may mga tanong pa kayo sa klase ng events, so pwede kayo sa aking mag-message and then ano natin, i-categorize natin kung may mga events kayo na nasa isip ngayon na hindi ko makater. May mga sports events din tayo like tournaments, foundation, marathons, and other games under yan ng sports. And then, meron pa ba tayong types? So, I guess yun lang. And then, the role of MICE in the tourism and hospitality industry is number one, the MICE industry is an exciting and profitable segment of the tourism and hospitality industry. So, a major source of revenue for the tourism and hospitality industry comes from the meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions segment of the industry. As the tourism and hospitality industry saw great increases in expenditures, meetings, incentives, convention, and exhibitions experience great growth as well. So, it has become more recognized in the industry. So, kung makikita natin dito, if we will sum it up yung role ng MICE in the tourism and hospitality, meron lang namang ano dyan important thing to remember, which is the profit and the revenue. Okay? So, ganun siya ganun siya kahalaga sa both tourism and hospitality. Okay? So, since this is the major source of revenue, no? Ngayon, ano yung nagiging niya? Ano yung nagiging contribution niya sa atin? Ha? Ano nagiging contribution niya ngayon? So, mas nakakadagdag siya ng kita, sa atin, okay, especially yan, yung mga tax na binabayaran nila na nakakatulong at the end of the day to build some infrastructures, no? Dito rin kumukuha ng budget. Siyempre, this is not for free eh. Yung ganitong klase ng event, binabayaran um, ng mga participants, ng mga attendees. At kapag meron tayong profit, of course, meron din yung tax, no? Ayun yung makikita natin diyan eh. Kapag may tax, so ngayon, mas nakakapag-contribute ng mas malaki, no? Sa ating country. So, what else? Sabi nga nila ang events ang pinaka may malaking um, ambag sa tourism and hospitality industry. Okay? Yung pag-held ng iba't ibang events. Yan, yung mga conventions, conferences, no? Dito may malaking kita. Kaya nga if you're aspiring to be event planner soon, magandang trabaho din to, lalo na kapag ang ano natin, i-arrange natin ng mga events sunod-sunod, no? Mas marami rin tayong um, maiuuwi, no? Sabi nila, mas malaki pa sa siguro sa sinasabi nilang ng ibang bansa ka. If masipag at madiskarte ka lang din sa pag-arrange ng iba't ibang event. Okay? Kasi pag nakapag-arrange ka na sa mga bigating companies, sunod-sunod na yan eh. At kilala yung ano ninyo, kilala yung company ninyo, okay? Mas ano yan, mas ikaw ang hahanapin ng kliyente. Ano ma'am company? Kasi sa pag-held ng event, as event planners, again sinasabi ko sa inyo, hindi lang iisa ang magpa-plan. Okay? Grupo kayo. And then yung group nyo na yan is sabihin na natin nag-aano kayo, nagpapakilala kayo at the same time ng business ninyo, no? So sa dami ng competitors nyo ngayon pwede mag-arrange ng event. What is something na meron sa inyo? Bakit kayo ang kailangan nilang i-hire? Okay? Na mag-arrange ng kanilang mga event. Okay? So, I guess this is the end of our presentation. So, I'll be posting your quiz 1 sa ating Schoology account. And I hope lang na matapos ninyo itong panoodin kasi if not, hindi nyo masasagutan yung quiz natin sa Schoology. Okay? So, thank you so much for your time and effort. And I hope to see you soon. And that's it for today. Goodbye, everyone.